Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are giving you a Season 2 wipe strategy tips. Alright, what you should be doing. Basically, your first 5 raids, your first couple of hours, so you can get the jump on everybody. Alright, this is for your average players or your above average players. Okay, let's get right into it. If you haven't dropped a follow on my Twitch. This is it right here. My Discord is the same name in the Legacy Discord, as well as my YouTube. Alright, feel free to check out the YouTube as well, and drop a follow. Alright, so we already started on this. This is our second account. We already started on it, but this is only 6 raids in. We had this loot basically 5 raids into the game, like 4 or 5 raids into the game. We had this this loot already, and this is probably a couple hours into the game. We have this loot right here, this loot, and this loot. Okay, as well as this and this on the warrior, and that's about it. All right. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you play the game is, I already did a couple of these, right? But the first thing you're going to want to do, assuming the campaign doesn't change, I mean the chronicle doesn't change from the starter thing, but if you complete tutorial, that's the first chronicle quest. If it remains the same, if you complete the tutorial, you get 100 free gold. Alright? You start off with 200, so if you get that 100 gold, you'll have 300. The second thing I recommend you do is you look into buying some armor. If you're confident PvP, and if you want to be quick with getting gear, starting off good, you can think about buying gear. You can think about buying a weapon. Or what I did was I bought a leather tool belt. I bought a leather tool belt and I think a weapon and 1 armor piece, and I got into raid. I suggest you make a list, right? Before you get into raid, make a list, because to unlock your cooking pot and your crafting bench, which is the first thing I recommend you focus on doing, right? Is to unlock the cooking pot, you need 5 copper bars or 10 copper ore. I already did it, but that's what you need. Alright. You smelt it in the forge to make it. So when you go on your first raid, make sure you keep in the back of your head, I need 10 copper ore. Second thing you're going to be focused on while you're out in raid is your crafting bench. To unlock it, not to upgrade it, just to unlock it, you need 1 bone hammer and 5 birch heartwood or 10 birch logs. Okay, so I just recommend get the birch logs. You craft that, you turn it into heartwood at the weaponsmith. You can find bone hammers in goblin houses, as well as other lodge items, including gold. You want to leave your first raid with at least 75 gold, and I'll tell you about that in a second. Alright, to get those bone hammers, I think I found my first bone hammer in a coffin at one of the places, like one of the main places where the coffins are. I just searched every coffin, I found a bone hammer in one coffin, and yeah. So while you're making your way to Greenwood Day, things that you're going to be wanting to keep on your mind is going to the goblin houses, killing goblins to get the 75 gold. That's as least as you need, because you're going to be wanting to set up to unlock your forge, loom, and tanner. Each of these, just to unlock it, not to upgrade it, to unlock it, costs 25 gold each. Alright. And then there's some other things you're going to want to be thinking about to craft. If you don't feel comfortable in PvP and you want to get better health potions, while you're doing everything I said about the cooking pot and the crafting bench and unlocking spending the gold to unlock the Forge Lumen Tanner, you're going to be wanting to keep a lookout on Field Lilies and Simple Vials. As you continue checking houses and goblin houses and going around the map, you'll be getting Field Lilies and Simple Vials. So keep that on the back of your head. Always make room for Field Lilies and Simple Vials. You're going to need that to make health potions. As well as mushrooms. Alright, if you're a rogue or any class, I recommend, highly recommend if you're other class, because there's going to be a huge boom of rogues. If you're a rogue yourself, you might want to carry these as well. You're going to want to carry poison antidotes. It doesn't take long. It's not hard to find red mushrooms. Make room for them too. So keep a list in your head. Always make room for these 3 items. Eventually, you're going to get to the point where you don't need any more Simple Vials. You'll be able to buy them if you need them. Which I was basically at that point right now. I have 20 Simple Vials. I really didn't need to collect more. And this is by the 5th raid. Make sure you're killing wolves and skeletons for leather and linen to make better gear. Alright, let's go to the armor. Okay. Now, this is probably going to be your biggest one to make if you're a dagger rogue and you get to level 6 with Phantom Dagger. Make sure you're saving points to get Phantom Dagger at level 6. And at level 3 you unlock Serrated Claw. So we'll get into that in a second. So Venom Weaver Scale Tunic, you'll be able to craft that off the bat. All it takes is 2 rawhide leather and 1 linen cloth. Alright, so keep a lookout for linen and leather. Kill them by killing wolves and skeletons, and you'll get linen. You'll get all this stuff by unlocking things as you make your way around goblin houses. So don't worry too much about it. If you notice you're about to leave raid, you need to leave raid. Go ahead and make your way as you're going down to extract. Kill some skeletons, get some linen. Okay, but there's wolves all over the map. Use the interactive map as well. I'll show you right now. This interactive map. This is the interactive map right here. I'll post it in the YouTube, the comment section, or the description. But use that. It has a bunch of things that you want to look for if you ever need it, and it'll help you out. I'll post it in I'll post it though. Make sure you're looting goblin houses for lodge items and kill goblins for gold. That's another. I'm just repeating that. Make sure you have room. Anything that costs glint, keep and sell to vendors. All right. Once you make your way to night map, you'll be able to find glint off of elite bandits. So don't worry too much about that. But when you're in day, just make some room for it, because you're gonna need glint to buy favor boxes. And you're gonna need glint. Let's see, where's the glint at? Favor boxes cost 600. I recommend you save enough, buy a favor box whenever you can. Whenever an opportunity arises, buy a favor box. Okay. Another tip is, if fights are lasting too long, we'll set up for trait selects or skills. If fights are lasting too long, or you get third party, leave the area, create a different loot path, get out of there, because you're just wasting time and you're wasting resources. If you don't feel confident enough to take the fights, if you're like I said, if you're an average player, if you don't feel confident enough to take the fights, don't take them. Don't waste your heals and don't waste your time fighting, because you're just wasting time at that point. Your point is to get the materials you need for the short amount of time you can get them, and extract to get the XP. I recommend, this is probably the biggest thing, one of the biggest things to think about while doing all this, is I recommend not spending the entire 30 minutes looting. One, because you won't have enough bag space. You can fill your bag space within 10 minutes, alright, because you're going to start off with a shitty bag. It's only until you complete a certain quest, which I think they're not going to change because it is nice, where they give you a green bag. Alright, and everybody's going to have that, so as you do fight players, you'll be able to get mini leather rucksacks because it's part of the quest. And players are going to rock leather rucksacks because they need the space. But this is big starting off. This is big. This is definitely going to help you starting off your first four, for 4 or 5 raids, your first couple hours until you get like a blue backpack. Let's go back to skills. So one, don't spend the entire 30 minutes because bag space. You're eventually, as you keep looting and killing stuff, you're gonna keep finding things that you need. Like you're gonna be like, "Ooh, damn, this is cool to have," but I don't need it until like later on in the game, like mid to end game. I don't need it. Like you're just gonna be shooting yourself in the foot because you're gonna get it, but you don't need it right now. You need because you're gonna need to eventually get that. Like it's just gonna hurt you. Like you're always gonna find the same things. You're gonna find it eventually. But unless it's a serious lodge item, like a big lodge item that could like a master hammer, then yeah, of course take the master hammer. But just know if you keep doing that, your bag space is just gonna be filled with a bunch of shit that you just don't need right now. You're gonna need eventually, but you need those little things first to even get to that point. All right, and plus, the other reason why you don't want to spend 30 minutes in there is because you need to get that XP for extracting ASAP. After 20, 30, 40, 50 extractions, how many ever it takes to get to level 20, all of those stack up. All those extractions stack up. So the faster you get that extraction XP without, the most bang for your buck when it comes to extracting, do that. There's no reason to spend 20, 25 minutes in the game. Especially if you get into a game that's like at 17 minutes left. All right. You get into a game that's 17 minutes left, man, get exactly what you need and get that hell out of there. Like if you go in there and you're like, well, it's 19 minutes left or 16 minutes left and I still need a bone hammer. Go get that bone hammer. Go get that bone hammer and what the little things you need that you can quickly get, and then get the hell out of there in like 6, 7, 8 minutes, man. Just get out of there. All right. You need to get into a new game to where you can really loot the best spots. Yeah, that's the main thing for why I'm recommending not spending the entire 30 minutes in game. And that is about it. We'll go into traits and skills right here. So you get this one at level 3. Alright, this one's your starting one. You get Serrated Claw at level 3. I'd recommend keeping Shroud if you're a Dagger Rogue. And this at level 6. Alright. This is going to help you a lot if you're a Dagger Rogue. If you're another class, then I can't really help you on there. I'm sure there's going to be other content creators that are going to be, or streamers doing their own thing. But I recommend Serrated Claw and Shroud along with Phantom Dagger if you're the average rogue, Dagger Rogue. If you're a Sword Rogue, you're still going to want Phantom Dagger. You're going to wait till you get Phantom Veil at level 18, but you won't be wrong rocking Shroud, as well as if you're a Sword Rogue, you can always Poison Claw, and as you hit those blade rushes, you'll be able, and you mark them with the Poison Claw, you'll be able to build up poison and bleed simultaneously if you get those blade rushes off. Starting off, once you get good gear and you get some better gear, some greens and blues, I recommend Serrated, especially if you have Phantom Veil, to help you out and get those blade rushes off. Serrated is just going to help you build up that bleed much faster with those left clicks. Yeah. So traits. Let's get into traits. So the first one I unlocked was Sharpened Blade. You're going to only be able to unlock this one and this one, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So Sharpened Blade, you automatically get this one, alright? Sharpened Blade for sure. The next one I got was this one right here. You can identify and disarm rigged chests. That's gonna be for your rogue chest. Okay, make sure you pull up the map, pull up the Greenwood day map, and once you're able to start getting those rogue chests, please, 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 whether you're in day map or night map, please start checking those rogue chests. You never know what kind of greens and blues are going to drop from there, especially in night map. All right, if you get there by your 5th raid or 6th raid. The next one, I think I had to spend something which I could afford to spend, was increase your resistance to poison, just in case you run into other rogues rocking that poison claw. Yeah, that one's gonna be good. Evading twice in a row to free you from all snares. Okay, some other classes will snare you, so double evading is gonna help you out. And at level 8, once you hit level 8, do not spend this point, okay? You notice that I haven't spent it. I could spend it on this. I could spend it just on this, basically. Don't spend nothing, okay? Pickpocket's not even available anyways right now. Who knows if it's going to be available in Season 2. And it may not even be worth it starting off, okay? So, there's no point to pickpocket now. So, save your points once you get into level 8. Once you hit level 8, save your points. Don't spend it, because once you hit level 9, once you hit level 10, I mean, you're going to be double evading through enemy routes for a short duration. That's going to benefit you even if you're a sword rogue. If you're a dagger rogue, it's a huge impact for you to increase your gameplay and your skill in your fights. But if you're a sword rogue, it's going to help you out too. Okay, why not? But double evading through enemy routes for a short duration of time. You're going to need 2 points, so save them, okay? Because you need them at level 10. And that's the last area that unlocks, is this part right here. If this changes, then I would say just do a little bit of calculations. If this whole thing changes, who knows? It might in Season 2. Who knows? The rest, you kind of want to do in order. But we're not thinking that far ahead. We're just thinking about the beginning, okay? Let's see. So that is it for the first thing. Once you increase your cooking pot and your crafting bench, you're also thinking about increasing your vendors, okay? I would say get into the habit of just increasing whoever's the closest to just focus on one at a time, right? Focus on one at a time. Like right now, I just got alchemist to level 2. I did quest that wasn't gonna cost me things that I need to improve my lodge, like field lilies. I could do that, right? I could do field lilies to increase that quest. I wouldn't do gem dust because I want to save my gem dust. Water frogs you can do for sure, and wolf haunches you could do. So like these 3 quests, I would make one raid, or no, these 3 quests I would go one raid and be like, all right, I'm going to one raid. I'm only focusing on field lilies, water frogs, and wolf haunches, and then I am getting out. Okay, or you like if you still don't have your bone hammer, you can be like, okay, I'm going for bone hammer and I'm doing all these while I'm collecting bone hammer or copper ore or whatever. Just keep those on the top of your head. Kick me out. As well as your chronicle quest. Okay, keep in mind of your chronicle quest. Unlock store chests in your lodge. Does that need to happen immediately? No. Like storage chest right here. I need one more nail. And I'm always going to try to have copper bars and birchwood just so I can keep making rogue weapons to increase my my vendors. Or if I lose them, yeah, I'm always going to have copper bars and heartwood. You're always going to need those for something. But I always keep a lookout on iron nails, so I make a little list. You know, you already have the quest list, right? You already have that. That's already going to be in game. But also go into your notepads and then put like nails on the side of whatever you need. Like if you didn't have enough heartwood or copper bars, just make a little list. Put that on your little notepad and have it on the side of your screen, or have it on your phone of what you need to do. I wouldn't focus too much on this as you are going through goblin houses. You're gonna find every one of these. You're gonna find the leather cutter. You're gonna find the simple buckles. You're gonna find the iron gears. You're gonna find the simple ropes, the steel tongs, more bone hammers. Make sure you're chopping down trees. Any trees you see at this point, when you're focusing on these, tree resin, charcoal you're naturally gonna get just by burning stuff. But yeah, I think one game I found an iron gear and I seen it on the floor and I killed something, and then it died over the iron gear, and I totally forgot about the iron gear, and it was in a goblin house in the uh, the artisan something, I forgot. It was in a goblin area though, that's for sure. Um, don't worry too much about transmutation device. You will get the runic quest eventually and the arcane flux. Don't worry too much about this. This is naturally just gonna, you're just gonna be like, what else? And it's gonna come along eventually. But it's not something you really need off the bat. When you feel like you're doing okay, go through research and then start looking at everything. Um, I think bed. I think bed costs linen cloth. If I'm not sure, that's something you're gonna be able to knock out easily. So you'll be able to do a bed as well. Um, But all this stuff, a copper pot, I found it in a goblin house. Ash buckets you're gonna find in goblin houses easily. Don't forget, make a list for your polished stone. So you're gonna make a list of things to think about, to keep on the back of your head, but it's not gonna be priority. It's gonna be like secondary. Okay, it's not gonna be something like, if you find it, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, let me look at the list. Okay, I need it. Let me carry it. You know. So sometimes you'll find polished stone when you're hitting things, or sometimes you'll find ash buckets in goblin houses. So I highly recommend you make that list of these upgrades, but they're not priority. They're not priority. All right. So let's go to crafting bench. So when you get that crafting bench up, you're gonna want to start thinking about, if you're in night, kill some spiders. Every game, just try to kill three or four spiders. Get like 2 or 3 venom glands, and just, if they're available, buy those poison darts. Buy them. Buy the glow grubs if they're available and you got the money to. All right. Enchantress. If you see a shard that you're going to use in the future, a green or blue one, just go ahead and buy that if you have the coins. Tailor, like a Venom Weaver cowl. If I didn't have a leather helm, then that's something I'll be thinking about. Cloud weave bandages. This is only once you're in the thousands and you can afford these things and gold is not a super priority for you. Then yeah, you can buy it. Whatever you need right here, buy it. You lose, you die, buy a scavenger knapsack. Same thing right here. Food. To start your first fire, all you need to do is buy 1 chopped wood for 30. That's 30 minutes. 1 chopped wood is 30 minutes. If you need stamina, and you're not making room on your raids for food, just buy one of these. It's not gonna hurt. Your first 5 raids, anything's better than something. Collect salt too. Salt is gonna be probably hard to come by. Maybe we'll see with this new map, as well as wheat. Go ahead and buy it. All right. Making things is what's gonna increase these, especially baked potatoes, harvest bread, seasoned wolf haunches. All that's gonna increase. But yep, we went over everything. That is it. Make sure you're paying attention to your quests. Okay, weekly quests as well. Right now, that's not a huge thing. This is not huge. Don't worry about that. That'll come as you keep playing. Yeah, that is it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. This video only applies, right, if everything stays the same when it comes to the simple things to craft and the chronicle and how vendors were. All right, which I think it is. I think the new map and some events are going to be the newest thing, and some simple balances, because the game is not too far off from perfect balance, or like a good, like better than balanced. Right, it's not too far off. A couple tweaks here and there, and the game's going to be balanced to where everybody can kill each other, especially if they get to the highest level. Everybody will be able to kill each other. It's very possible. The only thing that's going to be a difference is knowing the other classes and how fast you're going to be able to react. I mean, the same thing in sports is the basics, learning the basics, and a reaction time, when to do something, and when to do it, why to do it, and where to do it. Okay, that's the only thing that separates an above average player to the best players right now. Sometimes it's just difficult no matter what. And yeah, enjoy the video. Drop a follow. Drop a follow on the Twitch. Drop a sub on the YouTube. And if I missed out on something, or you have an idea that can improve this, please don't hesitate to drop a comment. Okay, and peace. That's it.